August 2016. Mr. Speaker Sir, at the outset, I thank the honorable members for the constructive suggestions they have made in the course of the debate. I think you will agree that the debate was mainly concentrated on famine. Of course, we all agree that we are passing through a very difficult period and the people are suffering a lot. Now we have to see how we can give relief to the people. In dealing with this problem, I would like to say this: we were doing our best to save the people of this state by giving relief to them. But in spite of that, it has been said that we have made difference between region and region. In this connection, I may tell the House that as far as this matter is concerned, our conscience is quite clear. As Finance Minister, I am aware of the expenditure which was sanctioned for the purpose of famine relief. Those who think that we have not gone far to give more relief have not understood the magnitude of the problem and the resources available to the government to meet the famine conditions. Honorable members think that we have got enough resources to meet the problem of this size. It is not true. That is why the Chief Minister told the House yesterday that this was an unprecedented famine. It is not as if we are going through normal times. We are passing through abnormal times. There was drought during the last 6 years. To that extent, the resources of the government have been affected. That was why the Chief Minister said that the central government must come to the aid of the state. In the coming year, I hope that we will have normal conditions so that the people may get some relief. It is with that hope that the government have provided for 17 lakhs of rupees for famine relief. Honorable members need not think that this is the only amount that is available for famine relief. I would like to point out that there are many other sources from which adjustments can be made. If there is distress in a particular area, we can divert money to that area. If any area is affected again by drought conditions, we will face it with determination, and I am sure that I will have the cooperation of the House in providing relief to the affected people. We are talking of famine. At the same time, we have also to face the problem of unemployment and the low purchasing power among the people. In my opinion, this is due to the fact that the majority of our people are engaged in agriculture, and agriculture depends upon a fair monsoon. If there is failure of monsoon, to that extent production goes down. So, when there has been failure of monsoon for 6 years, the purchasing power of the people goes down. There is nothing surprising about it. The leader of the opposition seems to think that if we give 75% of the produce to the tenant, it will lead to increased production. But I would like to point out that we are mostly a state of peasant proprietors. In spite of that, production is going down. As a matter of fact, production has gone down throughout the country. If that is so, it is due to failure of rains. Further, it must be remembered that the land holdings are small and the Peasants do not have sufficient capital to invest in agriculture. We must improve the economic condition of the peasants. Letter from Varadan and Company, Tirupur to Mrs. Ramanujam and Company, Chennai. Dear sirs, we thank you very much for your letter of the 3rd instant. In this connection, we would like to inform you that we have received just now the 4 consignments of the glass articles sent by you by rail. We are glad to inform you that we are very much pleased with the quality of the goods supplied to us. At the same time, we regret to inform you that one of these consignments have been damaged so much that they have become useless. But we wish to tell you that the damage had not been due to any mistake on your part. It is clear to us that the damage has occurred during transit by rail. We have seen that the railway authorities have not taken sufficient care in handling the goods. It seems to us that some heavy goods were placed above this consignment. As a result, the goods have been damaged. We have reported the matter to the railway authorities. We enclose a copy of our letter of complaint lodged with the railway authorities so that you may pursue the matter with them and claim damages. Apart from that, according to the terms and conditions of the contract of sale entered into by us, we shall be glad if you make necessary arrangements to send goods to replace the damaged articles. Yours, August 2001. K7 English Medium Girls School, Calcutta requires a principal. The school belongs to a large industrial house. It has 2000 students. It has a record of excellent performance. It is necessary for the candidate to have high administrative and technical skills. The post will be suitable for a female candidate who is willing to stay in Calcutta on a long-term basis. Candidate should be a postgraduate. He should have experience in teaching in senior classes for 10 years. He should also have administrative experience for at least 5 years. Age may be between 30 and 40 years, but the limit may be relaxed in suitable cases. Salary and perquisites will be attractive. Applications with full particulars and a recent passport size photograph should be sent to the correspondent of the school within 15 days from the date of the advertisement. Draft advertisement. National Open School, New Delhi invites sealed tenders for supply of 1000 tons white printing paper. Quantity of paper required is subject to increase or decrease as the case may be. Rates quoted should be valid for a period of 6 months. Tender forms can be had up to 12 noon on 20th April from purchase section of the school on all working days. Cost of tender forms is ₹100. Last date for submission of tenders is 30th April up to 2 p.m. Tenders will be opened on the same day at 3 p.m. in the presence of the tenderers. An earnest money deposit of ₹1 lakh is required. Tenders should be sent to the Secretary, National Open School, Kailash Colony, New Delhi. Draft tender notice. Yesterday, you were witness to an accident. A van was coming from Trichy. It was bound for Chennai city. On the way, near Krompet railway station, it met with an accident. It hit a man who was going home on his bicycle. Cyclist died at once. As a result, the driver lost control of the van. So, it collided with another bus coming in the opposite direction. Consequently, the van turned upside down. The driver of the van, who was injured, was taken to a nearby hospital where he died. The police are investigating into the matter. Prepare an eyewitness account of the accident. Draft a letter from the Chief Secretary to the Government of Tamil Nadu to all district collectors on the following lines. The people are anxious to have all amenities like water supply, drainage, electricity, etc. in a short time. Ours is a welfare state now, so it is the desire of the government to do the needful in the matter. Chief Minister desires that welfare schemes should be implemented as quickly as possible. So, collectors are requested to send a report about the progress made every 3 months for review by the Chief Minister. February 2001. Speaking in the Lok Sabha during a discussion regarding the demand for waiver of agricultural loans, an honorable member said, Mr. Speaker, sir, the point that we are discussing today is mainly about rural indebtedness. In this connection, I would like to make some suggestions about how to improve the credit facilities in the countryside. There must be decentralization of the credit system for agricultural purposes. I suggest that every panchayat may be given the status of a primary credit society with full banking support in the countryside. Everybody should have access to his own bank, namely his own panchayat. So, one important factor that I want the finance minister to look into is that the system of credit for agricultural purposes may be decentralized, and in that panchayats must play a role. My second suggestion is this: the harass method of recovering debts must be stopped and it must be replaced by social pressure. Now, we try to auction the property of a farmer to recover debt. If there is misery in the villages, how much capital can we really get back? We only make the people run away from the villages. It is happening in the rural areas. So, we must stop his harsh method for collecting loans and make the farmer responsible before the panchayat. I am sure that social pressure will do the trick which the harsh method will not. My third suggestion is land revenue up to a certain level must be waived. In the case of small farmers, it is similar to the case of income tax. I think the finance minister will appreciate this point. He will not be able to meet the administrative cost to collect income tax below a certain point, and it will not be economical. In the same way, land revenue below a certain point should be abolished and above that point land revenue should be collected by panchayats only. In fact, the development outlay of panchayats must be related to land revenue that they collect. In that case, we will ensure the collection of land revenue from the bigger farmers in that panchayat, and at the same time we will be just in the distribution of the development outlays. So, I would like that this suggestion of waiver may be considered. Fourthly, there is a collection season. As far as I know, the government start collection at a time when the farmer is in difficulty. At that time, the government send a circular to local officers to collect the loans. Then the officer has to collect the debts. It seems that his transfer or promotion depends on the amount of collection that he does. I think there should be a law that debt collection should be done immediately after the harvest. I suggest that we may make collections in the countryside in those months only, when the farmer perhaps will be in a position to pay back some of his debt. Finally, I would make one more suggestion which I made many years ago in a different context, talking about the relationship between the developing countries and the developed countries. I said that at any point of time, the total interest paid on a loan should not exceed the principal. This may be applied to our countryside. If a farmer has been repaying a loan over a period of time and the total interest collected from him exceeds the amount borrowed, the loan should be written off. Once he has paid interest equal to the capital, the entire loan should be written off. With this, I conclude.